Welcome everybody, I'm Alexander Linz, Head of Content of WatchAdvisor.com. With me, Nakis Karapatis. Welcome.
Hello. Nice to have you here, Alex.
It's a pleasure to have you on the 2 days musical program. You will hear about music. It's about a watch that is very particular.
Yeah.
We are, by the way, at BREGUET. Nakis is Vice President of BREGUET. You are Technical Director and Chief of
Operations. Yeah.
Head of Operations.
Yeah.
So a lot of functions. And today at BREGUET, when we talk about BREGUET, it's very much about watchmaking. It's about beautiful watches. It's about keeping the tradition of the genius watchmaker. We are the headquarters of BREGUET today, here, the Vallée de Joux, the heart of Swiss watchmaking. I know everybody now is going to blame me and say, no, it's either in Geneva, or the other one will say, no, it's in, I don't know where. It's in La Chaux-de-Fonds somewhere, but it's here. It's in the Vallée de Joux. It's snowing outside, so it's a very romantic scene today. And in front of us is a very, let's say, particular piece.
Yeah, it is.
It's La Musicale?
La Musicale, we call it La Musicale because it's some kind of a music box watch. I hate to call it this way, but somehow it is a musical watch. You see here, rather than the usual fluting on the case band, we have some small music notes. And actually this watch is capable of playing a melody. Mm-hmm. Either just for your pleasure, you can action it at demand here.
First of all, I think we should say what music is it? Is it pop music? No, it's
no. You know, in general, music boxes they play, you know, these kind of sweet melodies with a lot of arpeggios and things like that. So this one is playing a Thieving Magpie, which is a piece.
La pie voleuse, the Thieving Magpie, la Katza ladra. And in German is die typische Elster, for those who speak German. So you should probably know it's Giacomo Rossini.
Rossini, who was a customer of BREGUET.
He was?
So, yeah, he was.
I didn't know that.
Yeah. And he was living at the same time as Abraham Louis BREGUET.
Okay.
So this Thieving Magpie melody...
And it is fact that Giacomo Rossini was a customer of BREGUET?
He was, yeah, absolutely.
Wow.
He was. It's always like that at BREGUET. You always find that there was some customer who is famous or someone who spoke about BREGUET, and he was very... a big man amongst the grand people.
Interesting.
So this one is playing the melody of the Thieving Magpie, and maybe we'll listen to it also. It is
of course we.
No, it's an alarm clock, so it means that you can have it start playing the melody at any time in the day.
You can set a particular moment
during
the day with an accuracy of some minutes.
I think it would be less than a minute.
Okay.
Something. It's
so if you want to wake up at 7 o'clock, you set it, and it will start playing Rossini.
It will start playing Rossini and probably wake you up in a very gentle manner. I mean, it's not going to be a very strong,
polite manner.
Yeah, very polite and refined manner. Or you can also have it play on demand, and you can start it like this. So you can listen to it.
Yeah, I hear it. We will get closer later.
Yeah, and you can see that the dial is rotating.
Yeah.
This is because the dial is carrying about 160 small pins. And these small pins on the dial are going to activate a kind of small keyboard, let's say it this way, where all the small membranes are going to vibrate and make the melody.
Okay. I imagine, Nakis, that, and everybody who's playing music here will probably agree, that the most important thing is to have an accurate speed.
Yeah.
Because
the tempo, huh?
The tempo.
Yeah.
Because you can play either too quick and talk to up, or you go back up more.
Exactly.
So you have both effects.
And the worst is to start fast and to end slow.
Yeah.
So what we're using in this one, rather than the usual centrifugal governor, we're using a magnetic governor that is very accurate and very stable.
So I think we should quickly explain.
Yeah.
To make something, if there's energy in a barrel and if the barrel releases the energy, you need an organ or a technical mechanism to control the speed. Otherwise it will just stop.
Very fast.
Okay. Yeah. And a governor or a centrifugal governor, a mechanical centrifugal governor that is also used in minute repeaters, has kind of arms and accelerates. The arms are out, and with less speed, the arms get inside, and they control the speed more or less.
Exactly.
But they are noisy.
They make noise, and they are not very stable, which means they are sensitive to the amount of torque that is coming from the barrel. And
your solution is very particular now, I think.
It's very particular because rather than using only the inertia of the system or using friction, we use a magnetic field. It means that we have a magnetic field that is created by magnets, and then you have arms in silver that when the thing starts rotating fast, the arms are going to enter into the field, and then they will be submitted to what we call the effet Foucault. The Foucault-Bremsung effect, which means that there is some eddy current and it will slow down the system.
Okay.
And then again, they will slightly come out until they find an equilibrium.
Okay.
And this equilibrium is found about 5 milliseconds.
After you push the button.
Exactly.
So you won't hear it.
And any change of torque is going to be immediately compensated. So you have a very, very stable tempo. And your melody is just perfect.
And so the Rossini will be really played in the appropriate tempo.
Absolutely.
Some I don't know if you know the story, but I was told that a musical conductor, a great musical conductor once went to a Breguet boutique and he heard one of these watches, and he really said it's incredible how accurate the watch plays that music.
Cool. I didn't know that story.
No, but it has been told to me a couple of times. It must be true.
we've worked actually a lot to achieve it, so it's very cool that people would say that.
You were talking about magnetism. Now I can imagine that about hundreds, thousands of people out there say a magnet in a mechanical wristwatch.
Yeah.
Is that what nobody wants? Because everybody talks about the enemy of magnetism on mechanical wristwatches.
Yeah.
How was it possible to use I imagine not so weak magnetic field in a mechanical wristwatch?
It's relatively strong magnets that we're using, but again, thanks to silicon that we're using in the base movement. It's one of our very good silicium base movement that we are using here. It's completely insensitive to magnetic fields. But just to make sure, the governor itself is mounted in a small cage that is also insulating the rest of the movement from the magnetic field.
I see. So there is magnetism. The watch, due to its technology that you apply at Breguet, is completely, let's say, doesn't care.
Doesn't care.
Doesn't care. Let's make it. Doesn't care. But still, you isolate the magnet field.
Also, to avoid having influences from outside, because we don't want that if you come with a magnet, you influence the tempo.
Then you could influence Rossini.
Yeah, you could.
That's not a good idea.
So now Rossini is protected from magnetism also.
This is a very complex watch.
Yeah.
How many of your watchmakers here are able to assemble such a watch? Is that a few of them, I imagine.
Quite a few, about 2 or 3 of them can do it. And also the very difficult part is to make the dial. To make the dial that has to be very flat, it's also engine turned, the guilloche on it. But at the backside you have the small pins that are soldered to the dial. Okay. So you have to be very careful when you do it, otherwise it would be visible on the front.
Mm-hmm. Is everything manufactured here with Breguet, all the parts that come from the music box?
Oh yes, of course we take the silicium escapement and all that from our friends of Nivarox, but the rest everything is done here.
No, but I'm talking about the music box components. So you have to have guys or people here that are very have a very how you say they're very musical.
Very good here.
They're very.
And we had to learn many things because we wanted to make sure that it was very also precisely tuned, you know, so that the tune of the melody was very good. Huh?
This is a telephone ringing. It's Nakis' telephone. Let's just
I'm
let him just turn the telephone off. It's live, and this is not the sound of the watch,
Sorry.
guys. This is not the sound. So if
And the
anyone,
tuning is better here.
yeah, and if anyone goes in the comments and says this was horrible, this was I don't know a cheap Chinese telephone,
So, yeah.
not a Swiss wristwatch. Okay, so. To bring it to an end, our little presentation, let's quickly talk about the decorations of the watch.
Yeah. So as you see the Breguet hands, as you see them, usual with the palms, the guilloché dial, which is in this case a very
depending on the light, it really
and especially when it's rotating also like that, gives some kind of
Don't look too intensely at it when you have been drinking something.
Or you get mesmerized, somehow.
Or the little snake from the Disney movie. You
exactly. And as we said, the fluting in this case is replaced by these nice music notes, and the case back is full in this case. Also guilloché, and you have these small openings here that allow us to create a Helmholtz cavity at the back that is able to better radiate the sound. And also to improve the sound radiation, what we're doing, we are using a liquid metal membrane. It is a membrane that is vibrating according to the frequencies of the
amplifying the sound,
and it's amplifying. And we're using liquid metal because the structure, the atomic structure of liquid metal, makes it so that there is almost no energy loss during the motion of the material. So we did everything that was possible to make it sound nice, but to make it sound.
And the sound, is there a particular way to wear the watch to listen perfectly to the sound? Or is the sound really, when you wear it on your wrist, is the sound literally coming to you?
Yes, it is.
It is?
Because it is radiating from the sapphire crystal, and also it is reflecting from the openings on the wrist and on the skin, and then radiating towards you.
So it's really like a loudspeaker?
Yeah, and of course, if you put it on your night table, it will also radiate from the table.
Or a little construction of wood that amplifies the sound, and it will be.
Actually, the packaging, the écran, is having a small piece of wood from the Rizou forest here, that is made especially in order to better radiate the sound. So.
Great, that's incredible. So if you buy the watch, you even get a little bit of Valet de Joux packed.
Yeah, absolutely.
So you don't only get the watch, but only a little bit of nature.
Yeah.
Nakis, did we forget anything to mention with that beautiful watch? It's a watch that has been introduced a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, a couple of years ago. I think in 2011 or something like that. It was.
So in case it's not a novelty for this year, but it is a watch that is so special. It is the very first time that we had the occasion really to make a movie.
Yeah, absolutely. So that's cool. Thanks a lot for doing that, by the way, because
I think it is worth.
Thank you.
Because when the very first time listened to the watch, I couldn't believe.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's the Thieving Magpie, that little bird that is always told to be the one who. And goodbye, guys. Bye. No. So, guys, thank you very much for watching. Nakis, thank you for presenting me the watch.
Thank you very much, Alexander.
If you like what we are doing, don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel, to like our videos, of course. And if you have any comments to make, especially on Giacomo Rossini's little oeuvre, the lines underneath here are meant to be yours, meaning that you can put your comments over there, and please write us, and I will answer with great pleasure. Thanks for watching. Goodbye from the Valet de Joux.
Goodbye, Alexander.
Goodbye, Nakis.
See you soon again here.
And we have a nice view of snow outside.
Be careful on the snow. Huh?
Yeah, we will. Bye, guys.